right, I think we are live. Good morning, everybody. Today is March 23rd, Wednesday, and just wanted to thank you all for taking a look at this video on the 2022 quarter two trends in the market, quarter one trends in the market, sorry. So for today, I wanted to go over what we've been noticing ever since, I'd say, the start of 2020. 2020 took a wild turn in the job market. So really, the past couple of years have been a lot of companies rebounding from that aspect, as well as not only companies, candidates as well too. So it is an interesting time, especially on the job market, and not only that, I know in all of our lives it's a very interesting time as well too. So starting off, the unemployment rate is steadily declining. As of February 2022, we are at a 3.8% unemployment rate. This is getting closer to the pre-2020 rates, which I believe pre-COVID March 2020, it was around 3.2 unemployment rate. So we are getting back to where we were. Another thing that has been really prevalent in this time frame has been the vaccine mandates as well. A lot of companies have changed their response on the vaccine mandate. For example, in 2020 to 2021, a lot of companies were heavily considering putting the mandates for all employees, no matter what. But at the end of 2021, a little less than 50% of companies were actually willing to enforce the mandate, and they actually feel as if testing weekly is a better solution for their candidates as well as their overall business. So vaccine mandates, I think we need to keep an eye a little bit more on this as it could change within the future, especially with more developments happening as well. Another thing that we've been noticing is on the employer side. They have been noticing ways to retain and attract more talent to their organization. I'd say in 2020, a lot of the trust factor in corporations or large companies have declined. So a lot of these companies, they're looking at ways to sort of get candidates back to them and just show that they have their candidates' best interests at heart. So something we've been noticing, and I know that there's a lot of conversation surrounding, is shortening the work week to like a Monday through Thursdays type of thing instead of increasing pay. This way it gives candidates a really good work-life balance, as well as just giving them the opportunity to stay closer to family, which is very important in today's day and age. Another thing is the whole remote hybrid aspect. I know a lot of companies are still testing the waters on this remote hybrid workflow. So more companies are steadily adopting the remote workflow. For example, they don't have to spend a lot of money on brick and mortar, offices, leases, that sort of thing, office equipment. They can just spend a couple $100s on providing candidates with a budget for their own home office equipment, and that just cuts costs right there and then. And another thing that we've been noticing about cost cutting is automation. So automation is actually getting bigger and bigger nowadays. I know a lot of companies are developing technologies to take away repetitive tasks, whether that's from associates or even managers. So if it's for associates, taking away repetitive tasks from them, it could lighten up the workload as well as take away some jobs. As well as for management side of things, if we take away some repetitive aspects from a manager, that way the manager can spend more time with their employees, with their candidates, and truly provide them the best needs and wants that they have. Another thing is actually called the Great Resignation. So I guess where we've seen this before, I guess we can kind of compare it to 2008, not really with the whole resignation aspect, but just with candidates revisiting their career, really. So for example, as of 2021, at the end of 2021, 74% of full-time employees were planning on either quitting their job or taking a look at another career path. Not only that, they felt as if if they took their skills to another company, they would get a pay increase. So that's one thing that kind of started this whole trend, and I feel like that's where all these companies are stepping up to the plate and realizing, okay, here's what we need to do to attract more talent and retain them. So a lot of companies are going to be trying to prove themselves to the candidates as well. So full-time employees, 74% of them were considering that, and for part-time employees, 51% were considering that. So a majority of the place was considering on moving or quitting their job, which is why I think employers in this 2022 year really need to focus on their employees and how to keep them, whether that's providing them more with work-life balance or providing them more with technical career growth opportunities. Either way, if you can do that, you will retain your candidates, and as well too, if a company provides you all of these wonderful benefits, you're more inclined to stay as well. So those are just some things we've been noticing in the 2022 start of the year. Obviously there's more to come. There's a lot more developments happening, especially since there's a lot of things happening in the world right now. So as those events unravel and happen, there's bound to be some changes in the job market as well. So keep up to date. We will be running these meetings and webinars every quarter, so stay up to date, and we will go over any newer updates that we've been seeing in the job market as well. So I'm Adrian. Thank you so much for attending this short webinar. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on any of our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, we're on it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.